welcome everybody.
Welcome.
Yeah. All of you, all 1,000 listeners we have.
Everybody.
To another splendid edition of the Mystery Children podcast. I am P. Steve.
Trey.
Welcome back.
Rocking, y'all.
How you handsome devils doing?
Good. It's been a good week so far.
Yeah? Good.
It's kind of all I got. Do I have anything special? I don't know if I have anything special to talk about. That's not the general.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
I wish there was an elephant in the fucking room.
I'll put pants on, okay? I'll fucking put pants on.
We're not in our usual dwelling.
Oh, that's true, yeah. We're like down the hall from our usual
studio.
Our usual studio that we have.
Slash conference room.
No big deal.
Yeah. So we had to move, and we're now here out in the open, unsheltered.
And it's so scary.
Open to the elements and
Feel
open
naked.
ears. It's pretty scary, actually.
You know what's interesting? But these seats are way more comfortable.
They actually are. It's weird that we have to hold the fucking mics,
Yeah,
though.
we have to hold the mic. That's
kind of weird.
Yeah, usually we have mic holders, but there are no mic holders on the sofa.
Trying to get comfortable, folks.
Yeah. We're like, basically, we could be laying down in sleeping bags recording. We couldn't get more comfortable.
Let my balls hang.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of balls,
Put 'em away.
I cut my fucking balls just earlier this
manscape?
morning trying to manscape. First time in 20 years.
Whoa. Cutting or manscaping?
First time in 20 years I've ever
cut myself on my balls.
Oh, no, I've cut myself before.
No, dude, I'm usually...
That means you have a good razor.
It's very good. No, but you know what? I got lazy. You know, you go one way, and I started going a little more vertical.
Against the grain?
Not even against the grain so much as you have to go up and down in a sure way.
Right.
If you go side to side, you start razoring things. So I have a Band-Aid on my balls as we speak. Just
PJ,
so you know.
you knew what you were doing.
You know what though?
Screaming for attention.
I don't want, dude. When you cut with the razor too, you know it bleeds a lot, right? So it's just it was fucked up.
I also did that when I went in for my last physical, and I was like, you know what? It's time to let me take care of some business because I don't want show up like.
Was it after the physical or before?
Before the physical.
Okay, I thought after
And I cut.
You got self-conscious. The doctor was
he looked at the
like,
doctor was like, ew. He's like, man, God,
it had barrettes,
my balls.
had barrettes in it and everything, But so then I showed up. But
he's like, clean up, man. You're like, should you be talking to me like that? As my doctor? This is unprofessional.
So I shaved it, and then I also nicked my balls. And then, the only thing, it was all good, but the only thing that was weird is when you shave your face and you get that little piece of toilet paper and you put it right in the spot. Yeah. I had one right on my ball sack. So he's like, what's happening here?
Mine was a good cut, dude. It was like 3.
Ooh.
3 little cuts, and it was bleeding pretty good.
Yeah, it bleeds. For some reason, it bleeds a lot.
Cut, ball, paper
I blame
cut.
society for pressuring me to shave my balls. So anyways.
Good support group.
So anyways, thanks y'all for hearing that.
I've cut myself a few times. Usually when you have a new, because I do electric razors. I don't use actual.
You'll get shaving bumps otherwise, right?
No.
Shave my balls.
Yeah, but I usually shave myself with electric razors. But every now and then you'll get a new one, and it's
sharp.
premium. It's really sharp.
No, the front's got to be trimmed down, but the balls got to be clean. They got to be fucking
Or you can do.
I've been trying to self.
Manscape?
No, not
You got to manscape. If not for anyone else, do it for yourself.
I like to go for the Fu Manchu look, like shiny baby balls.
I like the fucking pie
and then just long on the sides.
Super long, just goatee
trying to
at the bottom of my balls.
Retroactively circumcise myself,
Retroactively circumcise yourself.
Dude,
I don't even know what that means, to be honest.
I just watched a documentary on that. I don't know. There's dudes out there trying to get their foreskin back.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man. But would you if you had a boy, would you circumcise him?
Of course. No one going through life with a hideous penis. I'm so sorry, Trey. I love you. I'm so sorry.
Fuck you, mama.
I love you.
Fuck you, mama.
Listen, I've heard evidence on both sides as to why it's good and why it's useless. But I feel like the pros.
Well, it's definitely prettier.
Yeah, it's definitely prettier. But it's like
it also
it's easier to
you have to
keep clean.
Yeah, you have to clean yourself more. So it's like you don't want a place that's going to harbor bacteria just because you have to
pull that skin out and scrape that shit like
oh no
fucking soup bowl.
Come on, man. That's fucking getting me, bro.
Fucking tortillas.
You're like, there's that fucking Skittle.
Skittle. I dropped at the movies.
You're asleep and that thing's just sniffing around,
So
bro. Like
that being said, I mean, gee, if you've seen a newborn wiener, like that's so sad. They have to cut that fucking little thing, cut all its skin off of its poor little wiener.
You don't know anything. You know, you're too young.
Wait, but do you think that you're subconsciously traumatized by it?
Nah.
Who knows? How would you know?
If you were, anytime a chick would try to suck you off, you'd be like, oh,
Get away from it. Don't touch it.
I don't know what that. Yeah, I don't know what the repercussions of that would be, but I would definitely
feel pretty normal.
I'd circumcise, and actually, I'm happy that another reason why I had a girl is because I don't got to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
It's another thing you got to take care of. First, you gotta. It's true.
but you take that clit right off.
True. Yeah. Oh no,
Just a bowl full of clits.
Yeah. Thank God we're not there.
First time I saw an uncircumcised penis, it was this kid, right? I was little. We were at the urinal, and like this little black boy was standing real far back from the urinal, and I was looking. I was like, "Why are you standing so far back?"
And his penis skin was still.
It was still intact. he had his foreskin. I was like, "Oh, what's wrong with your wiener?" Like, what do you mean?
About me like that?
I was like, why is it like different, man? That's weird.
Black boys are different.
Yeah.
That's what you should say to you. Black boys are different.
Yeah.
You went through your life just feeling like black people had circumcised dicks.
I was like,
all black people, yeah.
Uncircumcised
Dicks are different.
No, but yeah, I remember the first time I was like, what's going on? But you're a kid, you can't fucking, you're only thinking about the monkey bars, man. You don't know what's going on.
True.
All right.
Oh yeah. So did anyone else have anything going on this week? I just want to talk about balls. Is it?
Let me see. Anything? Oh, I went to
Come on, Jiu-Jitsu.
I went to a bar.
Okay.
And we played this parquet. I don't know what the hell the name of this
Parkour.
Yeah,
Where you jump from building to building.
Parkour.
Parquet.
Parquet.
It's like parkour, but for
But indoor and only tables.
indoors on tables.
No, it was whatever. It's like a old timey French game, and it's kind of like you're in a pit, like a sand pit, and there's a little wooden ball, and you have these hollow metal balls, and you have to try to throw it and land really close to it. It's cool.
Oh, no.
Only the French could think of such an innovative game.
It's cool, but yeah, I was like, I'm done after
You
a while.
didn't find any fancy in throwing balls into a sandpit?
It was fun. My girl kicked my ass 3 times in it, though, so
I'm sure she was happy with that.
I hate that game.
Suck my
Steve
dick.
is pro male cheerleaders.
Well,
Oh,
I just wanted to throw that in.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm pro.
Let's get into some sad stuff. Fucking our intro topic. Right off the bat.
Empire star Jesse Smollett attacked in possible hate crime. Attackers allegedly left him with rope around his neck while shouting racial and homophobic slurs, as well as "This is MAGA country." So yeah. Possible hate crime.
I just thought it was funny when they said possible hate crime. It's like they spray painted the N-word on there. They left him in blackface.
may be a hate crime.
They smashed a fucking watermelon on his head. They threw a rope on it. They left their used Klansman outfits nearby, and it's like it's possible.
Could be a hate crime.
Could be.
So like I was saying
They don't want it to
before,
be a hate crime.
It's suspect. It's weird.
It is suspect.
Okay, so first of all,
Steve
I
thinks
want to
everything
know.
is suspect.
No, but I'm just curious. Who's walking around with a cup of bleach, and who's walking around with a rope
Well, let's see. If you know that there's a
Who's
famous
walking around
person
with a cup of bleach?
and a rope?
I mean, listen,
Black
it's not,
mothers on
Did they
Sunday?
go? Did they go to their car and come
true.
back? Like,
I-
hold on, I got a rope.
I feel like if it is real, these guys, it was a planned out thing, obviously.
That's weird. Yeah.
And attacking people with chemicals, that's some
But
Europe shit.
Why would it be a plan specifically aimed at Jesse Smollett of all
Just
people?
because he's a rich black dude, and I don't know if he plays a gay person. Does he play?
Yes.
Is he gay?
Yes.
I know he's
he's
like,
gay in real life and
He stands for like LGBTQ or whatever, LGBT,
in
all
his
that stuff.
in his character role as well.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then they could have easily been like, oh, this fool's going to be in town. Like, I don't know.
You know what? I got a cup of bleach.
Have you ever seen
It was quite the ambush.
of Empire?
I've seen an episode. Yeah.
It's interesting because they have all of these. They like pantomime real character or real life characterizations of. So there's a person there who's obviously Rihanna. There's a person on there who's obviously Chris Brown.
Empire's about a black-owned music label, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was
Taraji B. Henson.
There was a love interest that was attached to Jussie Smollett's character, who was pretty much Kanye.
Oh,
gay.
interesting.
And I was like,
that's some insider
tip for you here.
Insider tip. Yeah,
straight from Mystery Children podcast.
Are you saying that Kanye is gay?
No. I'm not saying anything.
Sorry.
Are you saying there's a reason that they need a surrogate?
Are the Empire staff writers implying that Kanye is?
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. That'd be crazy if that was like a
And
silent
even if
swipe.
he is, who cares?
Yeah,
Even if he is, who cares, right?
I don't care.
I love it.
It's fabulous.
So anyways, basically this dude was like, I'm just going to say fucking straight up lynched. This dude was pretty much lynched.
Well, you can't say straight up lynched because he wasn't
murdered.
They tried to lynch him.
Well, they beat his ass. They said they beat him up pretty bad. They broke ribs. I mean, if that's not
I didn't see that. Did you see his face?
I didn't see anything. It's what I was either read or heard.
But there's photos of his face after this occurrence.
I didn't see it.
And there was like a little, I don't know.
Listen,
it didn't seem,
your idea of my being beat up. You and I, we live in a vortex of seeing gentlemen beating each other up on the daily.
Right.
So
that's
that
true.
might
We're kind of desensitized
It's kind of
to
perspective, like he might have been punched once, but that might have been really bad for him,
So he got punched. Did he go to sleep and then they lifted his head up and put a rope around his neck?
I'm just saying, given the photo, that he didn't look like Rihanna.
Yeah. Oh well.
Damn, she got lumped. I remember she looked like Sloth from the Goonies.
She caught the beats. He looked like
she got the beating of someone who's in love.
All I learned from that is that
the Ike Taylor.
Yeah, really, I love you
Ike
kind of
Taylor
fucking beating.
The only thing we learned from that is that Chris Brown could throw a fucking punch because he swelled her eyeballs.
Well, maybe.
Nah,
I mean, it
I don't know
depends
if
on
you
how hard Rihanna.
I don't really know if he can, but some people get tapped and they swell up.
Is Rihanna like Nate Diaz level resilient?
I don't know.
She just kept coming. She just kept coming forward.
Korean zombie.
He just kept throwing and she kept walking into him.
Okay, so this thing was so blatantly
it's weird, man.
So blatantly racist that it did seem a little bit weird. It's like I was kind of I was exaggerating, but I mean leaving their clan hoods near it. It was just so put a noose on.
Did they really? Did they put?
Yeah, they said left him with a noose on his neck, and then they were yelling out, "This is MAGA country."
Satirically convenient.
Exactly. But
it's weird.
On the other side is should we suspend disbelief just because we don't want to believe it's there? You know what I mean?
It happened.
We should never suspend disbelief. I mean, if he says it happened, then you have to take his word for it until proven otherwise.
I just don't know where
there's cameras. There's got to be cameras.
What does he have to lie?
Yeah, the other thing is, isn't it crazy cold in Chicago right now? Who has time for this?
I don't know. Also, too, this dude's on a what is it, an Emmy nominated series or something?
Yeah.
He's on, and what business is he doing in his fucking Subway?
Wait, he was in a Subway?
He was leaving a Subway.
Oh, that's right, he was.
I mean, stars have to eat shitty food as well.
No, they don't. They don't, though.
That's weird. At 2 in the morning. It was 2 in the morning. He was leaving Subway.
He wasn't always Jussie Smollett.
It was 2 in the morning. And then someone, I can see it. He's like, I'm hungry. I'm going to go to Subway. It's 2 in the morning. And then 2 white guys with MAGA hats are in a Bronco truck, pull up. I'm like, holy shit.
Why are they in a Bronco truck?
Because.
You know why.
Hand me my cup of bleach right there. And then, hey, get the rope in the back. And then they're like, yeah, I'll take that.
Is that Jussie Smollett?
Listen, there are worse things.
Is that goddamn Jesse's? I knew
that'd be hilarious.
I knew we would cross paths with that.
How do you know? How'd you know who he was? I mean, I don't watch Empire or nothing, but
what if they thought he was just no? That would be fucked up. Even what if they just thought he was a normal dude?
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, that's more than likely the situation.
That would be a very interesting twist too, because you're like, oh damn, you attacked. It could have been any famous person
during the course of attacking him. They're like, you look just like No.
His Screen Actors Guild.
Because the thing is,
out.
the people that supposedly attacked him, I doubt they're sitting down watching Empire.
No, I doubt that.
Or maybe they are.
Listen, but if you watch the
That's
news,
weird. They said the highest concentration of black porn usually comes from areas where there are the least amount of black people.
They're
Like,
exotic.
Those
That's why.
dudes love black women.
Give me some
man.
of that chocolate love.
They hate black women, but they love black women.
Yeah. Like,
I've seen some porns revolving around that.
Do it for me. Oh man.
So yeah, man, I don't know. I hope we're not there yet. Like we've leaped and bounds, gone back in time.
Hey, look,
we got white mobs carrying torches. We got
It's
people
funny
being
because-
beaten and left with nooses on their neck. Like what the fuck is
We've
happening?
gone back in time in some regards, and then in others we haven't.
Well, look,
Yeah,
I
and
think
it's so confusing. To
Well, I
about,
think
you
that
know?
we're the small majority. I'm sorry, the small minority of people that are doing these things are just being highlighted more because of social media and everything. I think the majority of people are at a level to where we are. It's kind of like we don't care. We're accepting. Blah blah blah.
But you say that, but I think PJ kind of spoke about this, or he tipped his hat to this not too long ago, where he was asking me about these young kids or these people. They come from some lineage of this type of behavior, and
Right.
this type of energy, and if that's still out there, there are still parents who are raising their kids
Right.
to think this way.
Yeah.
But I think
that doesn't bode well for the future because that's gonna
it doesn't.
continue to
It
happen.
really doesn't.
It's gonna-
Well,
yeah.
but it's up against a pretty mighty force of like acceptance from. There's more people that are more accepting than them. They're just getting the spotlight put on them right now because of everything. Over time,
you're right.
it's not going to go away. Don't get me wrong.
No,
It's never-
obviously.
but it's going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, you're racist? That's weird.
That's where I think but we're not, we're a little bit in our own bubble, even being on our own coast, because
It's true.
Being on the coast means that you get the most immigrant flow. That's what the blessings of LA and New York has been, is that they have they've been built off an influx of immigration, whereas the people in the central states, they're still not as exposed, and they're never going
you
to
ever
be.
think about the idea that racism and separatism or whatever, there's something, the cool silver lining behind it is that when you marginalize people enough, they can either die off or decide we're going to create something out of this marginalization, and then that becomes something that society then accepts because we've put something beautiful into the world. Sometimes I wonder if we get to this utopian state where no one feels like the outsider, no one feels like they're being marginalized, no one feels unaccepted.
Yeah.
If all of the things that have come out of those shitty situations, all of the beautiful things that have come out of all of those situations disappears. I think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, because you think about like black people in America. What the fuck has come out of their marginalization in this country? Hip hop.
Yeah. There's a lot of really heavy
Peanut butter.
negatives. Yeah,
Peanut butter.
Thank you, Dr. Carter.
The hair care products.
Everything.
A lot of
Thank you
stuff.
for the hair care products.
Yeah.
No,
But
I get it. I get it.
How many things were invented because
There's a
the feeling
silver
of
lining.
not,
Yeah.
When that goes away, I wonder how the fuck.
There will always be something. There will always be something. Just as human nature, there will always be something. We need that constant struggle and that fight to appreciate life.
But shit, we're trying to make it where there is no struggle at all.
Yeah, but-
bullying, all of those things are, really close to being eradicated. And you start to
good.
wonder what happens when there's no struggle, when no one feels
Something big will happen.
I think
big and bad will happen.
I think it's a little bit of it's like us being jaded with a constant bombardment of negativism, that you couldn't think that we could live in a utopian society and be happy, like you said, and always feel that constant struggle. Because at some point, when you don't feel fear from anything, from anyone, what's there left to be angry at, or to be react out of fear?
Fair. That's
Okay,
a
but
fair
also-
point. And I'm saying there's obviously going to be pros to living in a utopian society.
But,
I think there are cons.
I think I get where you're going. Does it have to do with or are you thinking that there will be like a recession it'd be like an anti-renaissance as
That's
far
what
as
I feel.
there might not be like a burgeoning of the arts, because we all know the arts come out of
they
worst
all
places.
come out of suffering.
Yeah.
All of the
Music, painting,
the most concentrated,
design, fashion,
root level,
you know,
strongest art. It comes out of a feeling.
Comes out of like pain and suffering mostly.
out of pain and suffering. And
well, just think of it like this: if people are too cozy, they get lazy, and their ambitions go out the door.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, you have to have the struggle because then you don't feel alive. Otherwise, if everything you're in a bubble and nothing's happening, everything becomes vanilla, you get dull. Think about this. If you wake up every single day and every single day is good and it's the same, you get desensitized to what's good. Mm-hmm. You just think it's just, and then I wouldn't be surprised if the suicide rates go up because people are like, is this it? This is all I have? Well, fuck.
I mean, and we see that happen in celebrity culture.
Oh yeah,
where
definitely
you've reached the pinnacle of what you believe. I mean, you have all of these lofty goals that you've set out, and once you accomplish all of those goals, you're still left with
what's next?
Human being. You know, the idea of being a human being, and there are still things that happen that are out of your control, and you start to wonder: is there anything outside of this? Yeah. I've done what I set out to do. Now what? Now if everything goes as planned and we live in a future society where nobody is alienated because of their race, nobody is alienated because of their sexual proclivities, no one is alienated for any reason at all, and it's an all-inclusive society, what are the ramifications of that? Do people just largely become desensitized, and there's no reason to push forward or really.
I wouldn't mind it. To be honest. I wouldn't mind
in theory, it sounds.
I wouldn't mind
fantastic.
I wouldn't mind if we lived in a little Smurfs village where everyone just loved each other and we all knew each other. It would be nice.
Yeah.
All right,
only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell. All right, the next one's you, Steve Zulu. Go ahead.
No, it's not. I think it's me.
I'll read it though. There'll never be a male cheerleader at the Super Bowl. That's about to change. There's never been. Sorry.
Yeah, I actually read that too. I think it's 2 males, right?
Yeah. So for the first time in what is the Super Bowl? Like, I don't know, 37,000, whatever.
I think it's number 52. I think
for the first time in Super Bowl history, there will be 2 male cheerleaders in attendance. The 2 guys, one's name is Quentin Perron and the other is Napoleon Jennings. So they are 2 men who are going to make NFL history this Sunday by becoming the NFL's first male cheerleaders, and they'll be on the Los Angeles Rams cheerleading squad.
We're progressive, so I see how that's happening.
I just want to see some 400-pound female linebackers. Then I'll be really, really upset.
Yeah, let's really mix this thing up.
They still going to get work.
Well, cool. I mean,
cool.
I knew this would be like very say it and then pass, because I mean, what is there to say about it?
Unless there's only things to say unless you want to be.
Who cares?
Unless you want to be provocative about it. Who fucking cares?
Whatever.
Who goes to the damn? I always was like,
it is interesting.
I'm here to watch the damn sport. I don't give a shit about these fucking cheerleaders. Like,
yeah, I mean,
but there's gonna be plenty of drunk dudes like, get this shit out.
My eyes are turning gay.
Still, man. Well, it's just like the whole Hooters thing, right?
Yeah.
Guys are like, I want to work at Hooters. Why do you want to work at Hooters so bad?
Why do you goddamn Rams, not the Packers?
Why do you want to work at Hooters? There's so many restaurants. If you're pushing that hard to be a waiter, why does it have to be Hooters?
Yeah, someone wants attention.
Food's not even good.
Food's not. I mean, you're right. It's
horrible.
Not. You want better wings? There's better wings on La Cienega.
I can make better wings at home. That's just
true.
It's fucking gross.
Oh, holy shit! And then this a little tidbit of information: cheerleading began as an all-male university sport in the 1800s, a time when women were frequently denied access to higher education.
Wow.
What?
I don't know. I have.
So it totally flipped.
Bonus tip.
Yeah.
Men used to wear heels.
They're like, we're back.
Women who have absolutely nothing to offer except for their looks need a place to go. That's all I can say.
I don't know. Maybe males who only have their looks to offer need places to go.
I think those dudes could look like whatever, to be honest, as long as they can tumble and they can catch a girl falling.
My name's Hank.
These dudes
I got 18-wheeler.
They're extremely manicured.
Yeah, they are.
And gay.
All right, Chicago will be colder than Antarctica this week at a record minus 27 degrees.
But not cold enough to throw bleach on people's faces.
Not cold enough for that. That's true. That bleach should have frozen fucking midair and hit him like a fucking rock. It's just a solid thing of fucking water. It's like a slug of water.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
crazy, man.
Yeah, so they're saying Chicago this week it'll have temperatures that are lower than that in Antarctica.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It says it's
Antarctica. Yeah.
So minus 27 degrees Fahrenheit it will be this week in Chicago.
They said in some places it was going to get down to negative 50 to negative 60, like over in Illinois
insane.
and Minnesota. Yeah, dude, that's something that I thank God we never have to worry about here in LA.
Yeah, 2 people died in Detroit already.
Desert, bitch.
From the cold.
I believe it.
Have you seen people throwing boiling water into the air?
It looks
having
dope.
It freeze
it looks
on
cool.
impact?
Yeah,
What's hilarious is when it doesn't and it comes back down on them. Have you seen that?
It's not cold enough out here.
They've shown that. It's crazy.
The cool thing is that the kids in Chicago don't have to go to school.
And they're
That's
not
true.
shooting each other, right?
Yeah.
Right now, it's not Chirac. The Chirac's taking a break for the freeze over.
Step outside with that gun.
Never mind.
Yeah, Chicago, dude, it's going to be wild over there.
Ray Ray's assassination gonna have to wait, dog.
Too cool.
Yeah, man, what was I going to say about Chicago? Fuck it, forget about it. Anything else on that?
It's
cold.
That's it.
It's fucking cold.
Everything's canceled.
But here's the thing about when it gets that cold, none of us are used to that kind of environment. But as a city, people have to prepare for real life situations at that point.
I'm guessing in Chicago they're so used
They're ready.
to temperatures that reach. I mean, at least in that ballpark.
Wait. You think that they're ready for it, but even 10 degrees difference
is
I'm
huge.
guessing,
huge.
Yeah.
Because if global warming keeps
But you know what?
trending in the fashion that it is, it's going to be.
The heat's going to last longer, and the cold's going to be worse for the
it's gonna
people
be
in there.
tough.
You remember, dude? We've been here our whole lives, well, almost. But the summers have gotten a lot longer and a lot hotter.
Yeah,
they've just lingered and lingered. You're like, it's supposed to be winter. Why is it 88
maybe
degrees?
it's just me
Christmas
though,
tree
but
up and it's 80 degrees.
I feel like it's been cold. It's been colder. I feel like it's been colder in Los Angeles than it was before I left.
Okay.
Before I went to the islands.
Yeah.
Now it seems a lot colder during the winter time than it had, before.
It's been chilly, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are in a desert.
I'll tell you what. If those sort of temperatures hit LA, just wipe us off the map.
Yeah,
Because
it would kill us.
nobody be
'cause
ready.
We're totally.
We're soft
People would
as
be out
shit
there
when
trying
it
to
comes to
fucking
temperature.
jog. They'd be walking their little dogs that just freeze to
Did you
death.
see any of the drone footage of Chicago and
No.
how all of the water and the lakes and all the
Frozen.
things frozen
That's dope.
over?
Yeah.
They're saying the electronics are even messing up because
Yeah,
it's
it's
so cold.
insane.
That's the thing. That the scary part is that it can freeze water pipes, and then you
yeah.
no longer have water in your house.
Yeah.
You have to prepare for things like keeping your heat going.
rock hard turds out the window.
It's true. Just squeeze. So hey, prep it up, Chicago. Hopefully,
that?
yeah. The Chicago mayor said that he hopes that the cold snap will wipe out all of the poor, but I don't know if that'll happen.
That's terrible.
It's a terrible thing for him to
Just
say.
pile of bodies, just stiff bodies.
Just kidding.
What's the Chicago mayor's name? I don't know.
Mayor Douglas.
Is that his name? You just said
Making up a
Douglas.
name.
I don't know. Just go through the black certain names. Jackson. Douglas.
Douglas sounded legit. Well, speaking of
James.
what's it called? Global warming. This is you. Donald Trump mocks global warming. Ha! He laughs in the face of nature. He asked for it to come back real fast.
Yeah, as a little,
I dare you. I dare you to come at me.
Piggyback to what's going on in Chicago. Donald Trump recently tweeted that he wished, he basically laid out the idea that if these temperatures are reaching such a low degree at this point, how is it possible that global warming is affecting the planet? And that tweet was quickly rebutted by, I want to say, the NOAA, which an acronym I have no idea what the title of the organization is, NOAA rebutted that Twitter by, they had, it's like a little cartoon that was aiming to show him in kids' terms how
I saw that, but I didn't watch
how
it.
How climate was separate from Was it climate was separate from
Temperature?
No, it's not temperature. I wanted to say temperature, but how climate was separate from, I don't know, weather.
Yeah, okay.
How weather and climate
Stuff.
actually are two different things. So what they aim to show him is that, during the process of global warming, what it does is that it releases more moisture into the atmosphere, which gives, obviously the atmosphere has more water in it, and then you have colder temperatures. He didn't understand that,
I think there's a lot of things people don't understand about global warming, and the people who deny it are basically people who don't understand it, who are too ignorant / scared to try and comprehend it.
Well, shit, I don't understand it, but that small blurb that the NOIAA put on Twitter, it kind of allowed me to understand it a lot more, at least from a remedial standpoint.
Yeah. I heard Bill Nye the Science Guy explain it once, and I was like, oh, I understand it fully now.
Okay.
I was like, I basically have my bachelor's degree. No, that's what are you highlighting over there, Steve?
Oh, just going over my notes to be thorough.
Nice.
Fuck, he has notes.
He's got notes.
I didn't have anything.
Trump administration has so much Trump stuff. Begins production of a new nuclear missile to counter Russia. It's
Great.
funny how
Stupid.
The funny thing is now that the shit's caving in on them, they're like, oh no, now we hate Russia. Now we're doing preventative measures against Russia. Now the Russia. It's like
one of his right hand men.
White hand. You're probably right.
One of his
white-handed man.
White-hand man.
One of his right-handed men.
Yes.
Just got apprehended, right? By
Oh, it was like his best friend Roger Stone.
Okay.
He got in.
Roger, no.
He got what was he? They tried to charge him with
taken
perjury
into custody, right?
and obstruction of or collusion with the Russian thing.
Was it by the FBI?
I believe so. Yeah,
Okay.
by the FBI. So Mueller's trying to get that dude also, and you know what?
The dude.
All of Trump's confidants are all being called in by through this Mueller investigation, and basically Mueller's just he's islanding off Trump, till he's completely alone.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
chopping
Wow.
easy.
Yeah.
Because those dudes aren't they're not going to have his back. They're
Right.
like, oh, let's see, lighter sentence, or I can just stay at home in my house and pay a fine, or go to
But
jail.
I'm pretty sure Trump sees that shit coming. He has to see that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. But he's the kind of guy who's like,
So
I'm
you take-
untouchable.
yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, he shouldn't have that outlook on it. I mean,
He shouldn't, but he does.
Every guy who's ever had that outlook has.
This dude's trying to do business, and there's a
Has ended up
shark
in prison.
just circling him.
Yeah.
Just last night, I was watching the video of Muammar Gaddafi's last moments.
Oh. Damn,
That's a
right
bad
when
one.
they stabbed the dude in the
They beat
ass.
the shit out of the dude.
Oh, yeah.
They beat the shit out
Yeah.
of
And
the
they stuck a knife up his ass, right?
He was wiping blood off his face. They paraded him around on the hood of a Jeep.
Yeah.
Just paraded
Yeah.
him around the city.
Dead, right?
Around the
He was
town.
dead.
He wasn't
Almost
dead.
dead.
He was almost
shit.
dead. They were beating the shit out of him.
They basically
and
beat him to death.
Damn, everyone was catching a lick.
riding him around.
Damn.
See me rolling.
They're ghost riding that shit.
There was no one there to be like, why you do that? Why you do?
He was fucking a bad dude, and he
Could you
just
imagine if
caught
that
up
happened to
his
Trump?
ass.
What if that's his fate? What if
Just
that's
that hair,
what everything is leading
that
to?
hairpiece just flipping back. Every time he catches one to the face.
We don't have enough heartless people here to do that.
Yeah,
We don't. Those people are over there. It's like,
But
I'm not going to say they're fucking primitive and savages, but no, I'm just kidding. No, but there are places in the world where that's totally
in a
okay.
political sense, they're much more savage than we are.
Oh, dude! In the Middle East, you can get dragged out, beaten to death, whatever. In Africa, you can get beaten to death, burned alive. It happens in places. Thank God it doesn't happen here like that.
Do you think it's a civil thing though, or is it just?
I think they've been pushed to that point.
that American citizens are just less.
We have enough rights, I think.
We're just not thug enough.
We're not mindless enough. We are mindless, but not to the point where this doesn't happen on the normal, where we're just like mob justice. Time to. We don't ever have the opportunity to jump into a mob thing where we're like, hey, let's all start throwing stones at this person.
But we're always in a mob mentality until it happens to correlate with politics.
It's true.
Or our displeasure with politics.
Well,
we're not going to march on Congress and drag them out of their seats.
that sucks though.
Well, the
Probably
next-
should maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
You can predict when the next riot's going to be if the Rams win. They're going to tear this fucking place apart. Dude. flipping cars and shit on fire.
Let's ruin our own environment.
Yeah.
My own car.
But if the politicians start stealing your fucking money,
Nothing.
nothing.
Not
They're
a damn
just
thing.
sitting on like, what are you gonna do?
And that's what I mean. I just think we're lazy in that sense when it comes to
Also, too, like-
or maybe even scared.
I'm more scared.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the people should lead themselves, but the government feels, you know, they
And
should
sometimes I
lead
wonder
us
because
around.
I would think you would be, I would be much more prone to be scared of somebody like Gaddafi than Trump.
Yeah, I know, obviously.
Because they'll come into your house in the middle of the night,
Yeah,
snatch
just
you up.
snatch you up and do whatever.
I mean, they could do that here, but it's not common.
Yeah.
As common as it would.
So it's a
probably be over
little
there.
bit more reined in here. It's more behind the scenes shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, anyways, we got on a fucking tangent
Next.
there. Oh, by the way, that I didn't even really speak about the fucking nuclear missile. I just want to say, it was nice to know y'all. I think they said this nuclear bomb is going to be I think it's like 100 times stronger than the Hiroshima
Why
ones.
though? I don't even understand.
Steve just threw his paper down like, fuck this world.
And it says the
stupid.
nuclear
Yeah.
missile is
It
to
needs to
counter
be bigger.
Russia. Is to counter Russia.
And
Just
that's
explode here. Counter
such-
you with this offer here and destroy the whole world.
Counter Russia with what?
How?
Just counter
them by wiping them
their
off the
current
map?
nuclear capabilities? Or?
Stupid, man.
I
It's so
don't know,
fucking
man.
dumb. It's a bunch of
It's always
fucking
the dick swinging,
8-year-olds.
always
They're
fucking dick
stupid,
swinging
man.
contests
You're
and
wasting money,
Isn't,
and you're gonna kill the whole. You're gonna kill everybody on the planet, not just Russia.
Just let Russia do their own diabolical shit. We let China do it, you know?
Yeah.
They just let them do their own thing. Be communist, be authoritarian, be
Well,
whatever.
We let them do it
How
because
about
we knew
this?
what the
Exactly.
repercussions
How
were.
about this? Let's let all those dudes just go in one room
Let's
and
focus
then
on our shit.
give everyone a knife and let them all kill each other and let us be at peace. Just leave
Exactly.
us alone,
That's,
man.
that's fair, but
Yeah.
you know that's not how
Like
it works.
I don't want to bomb Russia. Like I don't care about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone who presses the button on war never has to actually participate in war.
Exactly.
At all. Yeah. Well, it was the young men go to fight with the old men.
Yep.
Fucking-
Those who pass the sentence got to swing the sword. Game of Thrones, Nick.
yeah.
All right, so on to social media news.
Social media.
Speak on it, Steve. What's the next one?
It says the Facebook bug. Facebook bug
Oh, yeah,
turns iPhones into surveillance devices. This is a new one too.
Did you guys watch the
Cheaters
video
and
on this?
conspiracy theorists are shook / orgasm.
So scary.
Did you read anything about that?
I read a little bit. I saw a news piece on it, and I was like, I
saw a
don't use that
video.
feature, so who cares?
Yeah. So basically, it's that the newer Apple products, whether it be a Mac or an iPhone or your iPad, it allows you to join a group chat, and you can do a group chat meeting of up to 22 people through FaceTime.
Right.
But I guess when there was a bug that would allow you to hear what's going on in a person's immediate surroundings before they accepted your FaceTime call.
Right.
So you could hear what was going on. So if you were smashing a girl out that you weren't supposed to be smashing out, and your girl called, she would hear that before you were able to be like, no, stop. My girl calling.
Okay, don't say nothing.
Don't say, nigga, I
guess
heard you. I heard.
You know, I saw a demo of it. I'm still confused by it.
I was a little bit confused when I saw the demo too. The girl was like, "Did that and did that,"
Yeah,
and I was like,
what?
okay. Maybe you shouldn't FaceTime 3 people at a fucking time. That's unnecessary unless you're in like a working professional environment.
They
don't
said
have to
you could
FaceTime
get up
3
to
fucking
22 people on there. That's
Why?
amazing.
Imagine everyone
Could you
just
imagine FaceTime when we were in high school?
Ooh.
It'd have been wilding.
not for me.
I would have had a lot
I wouldn't
more.
have used it. I told you.
Like, I wasn't doing that.
I wouldn't even fucking used it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
don't
wasn't
need to talk
doing
to 22
anything,
people
but,
at once. Dude,
You know,
that's
I had
fucking
friends
weird.
who were doing
Yeah, I mean,
raunchy shit.
I had a theory too, just really quickly. I think Trey's next move is he's gonna convert to Islam.
Oh, shit. What?
I think
Where's this coming from?
within the next 10 to 15 years.
Why?
Because first off, he's a non-smoker, non-drinker. He's abstinent, pure of body. He's
Believes
almost abstinent sexually. And then, and
Not
now
by
he's
choice.
now he's a vegan. Now he's like all holistic. The next thing is he's going to be on Crenshaw.
And he does believe in Sharia law.
How do I end up on,
Sharia law.
how do I end up on Crenshaw?
On you, bitch. You're going to be selling pies on
It's
Crenshaw.
really fucked up. Why do I end up on Crenshaw?
Trey, that's a
you're-
nice bow tie, Trey.
That's the modern day Islamic monk. Is that dude chilling on?
And you said
Crenshaw.
convert to Islam. Am I converting to like traditional Islam, or am I
Just
converting
y'all-
to the
I would
nation
love to see
of
a beard.
Islam?
Whatever
Because Ramon
Nation.
Crenshaw, I'm like the nation. of
whatever
Islam.
Yasin Bey is doing, that's what you'll do.
He's a Orthodox Muslim.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Well, you know
gonna
what's
be
funny
next.
is that
Can I at least be an Orthodox Muslim?
Okay, fine. You can be Orthodox.
can I tell you?
To be honest, I got them confused.
Okay.
So, yeah, you just be chilling. Yeah.
But you know what's funny is that when we had some dudes come in from it's an all black jiu-jitsu school in Crenshaw. Dude, well, let me tell you what.
There's such a place?
Well, I guess they're the bodyguards for Fruit of Islam. Like
okay.
Yeah, like they watch. I was
That's
like,
fucking cool.
The
Actually.
NOI.
dude's a master at wrist locks. I was like, I should tell Trey about that. And I was like, but why? I was like,
So he can go.
I was like,
He's black. There's camaraderie there.
he'll feel comfortable. They're like, you.
Just so when it happens in 20 years, I'd say, give it 20 years.
They're different, but you guys won't be different.
But I was like, wait, that's stupid. If he's going to train anywhere, it'll be with me or you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, never mind, that's stupid.
Sorry, I went someplace way different with that. I had that random idea go
Trey's
through my brain.
disappointed.
He just wanted me to fucking be like
Or you're a monk.
selling bean pies and shit.
No, that was the Nation of Islam. You're right. I was incorrect. I was just a Muslim convert, and then you're going to adopt a traditional Muslim name.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, did I say it right?
I mean, what's my name? Let's hypothesize this.
It's got to have Muhammed in it somewhere.
Okay.
Malik.
Okay,
Malik?
cool.
There you go.
Can I be
Shaheed
Malik
Muhammad.
Malik Al Shabaz II?
Yes, there it is.
Well, you'll never be the first.
No, I can't be the first because that was Mr. Malcolm X.
There you go. So when it happens, just so you guys know, I predicted it. All right. This next one's pretty interesting. Facebook paying teens $20 a month ear for total.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like,
I just printed it as is.
I was like, where did ear come from?
Whoever sent it to me, that's what it said.
It was me.
What did it mean to say?
I was also in bed when I sent that. So basically, you know what I'm saying?
Hard to text while you're smashing, I guess.
Well, texting one-handed.
Your ear.
So I guess since 2016, Facebook has been paying users ages 13 to 35 up to $20 a month plus referral fees to sell their privacy by installing an app, right? So basically what this app entails is that they have full access to your phone.
My privacy is worth $20 a month.
Right, exactly. So it's everything.
It's like a good deal.
It seemed like a damn good deal. Like, what do you guys? What are they going to cull out of my information?
So basically what they're looking at, right? They're looking at your web browsing, the things that you're looking at, obviously, on websites.
All right. Big booty porn.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what is this, man? Look at
Fake Yeezys.
What advertisements are they going to put that are going to cater to your big booty porn needs?
Well, I've shown you
Just
ones
like a
before.
DVD
You know the ones
set?
I've sent
Google ad.
I sent you little ads that pop up.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen it where
Well, they do that.
you had the fucking the fat ass veterinarian. Remember?
Oh, my God.
True. That's actually true.
That's weird,
That just,
really?
That just pops up. Yeah.
Listen,
That's strange.
someone's selling data like crazy now because, dude, I've gotten more trash call, like what are they called, like telemarketing calls?
Oh, yeah. I've been getting
in the
great.
past year than in my entire life.
I just received one today.
I block calls at least a couple times a day.
Yeah.
I don't even block them. I just let them ring for a really long time to annoy them. And then that shit just
What
goes.
if it's a machine? You can't annoy a machine, Steve.
There's a lot of times
Actually,
it is.
like trying, like seeing
The machine's
seeing
like,
my phone try to translate what's being said. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I am Jonathan from the, and then it's like dot.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't know what it said. We're here to talk about your mortgage.
Yeah, like, I don't even fucking have
Well, the other thing is too is that they want the users, or they're asking the users to screenshot anything they buy on Amazon and send it to them.
Oh.
So they're making marketing moves. Looks like they're trying to make a play for like an Amazon type of deal, like marketplace sort of thing. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Amazon just came out with there's a separate marketplace that's aimed at only showing people who use it things that they have like generated that they would be interested in, you know, based off their prior purchases.
Yeah.
But it's a whole separate marketplace. It's not Amazon.com. It's something else that you can opt into, and it's only showing you things that it would think you would be interested in.
all of this in the pursuit of getting like the firmest grasp you can on your consumers.
I mean,
Like to them, it's like means dollar signs, right?
For sure, yeah.
But for us, it's just like you just stay in this constant loop of like,
Pulling
I
you
need
in.
this shit. Oh, that
Yeah.
shit. Oh, how did they know? Oh, that shit, you know?
I mean, I'm so like
Saving money is going to be really hard. In
Do you
the
have a
future.
mouth guard, by the way?
Yeah.
You have a mouth guard that you said you were going to give me? We'll
that
talk
was
about
gonna
that
give
later.
That was random.
I was like, what?
Well, because I was like, I'm in the market for a mouth guard.
He said that because Steve's 2 front teeth are missing. You still using that mouth guard, bro? Because it doesn't look like.
You look like a player for the fucking Philadelphia.
The Red Wings.
Red Wings. Whatever.
I'm like the Red. I'm like so. You know what? That mouth guard has been used one time by Ruth and it's molded to her mouthpiece.
Well, I doubt her and I have the same teeth because look at her teeth. Oh,
What do you have, a perfect replica?
that would be fucking weird. We're
That'd be
kindred
real
teeth.
Weird.
Fuck, dude. That $20, I would pay it. Go for it. Take the information you need.
It's like
I need $20 right now.
$20 a month. I mean, I guess. Yeah. I mean, but you.
Extra random $20 gas money. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll take it. Shit. I'll take that FaceTime bug too. Fuck it.
Well, the adults kind of really turned it down. The ones that really geared towards it and was appealing to were the teenagers.
Go figure.
Dude,
Yeah.
that FaceTime bug has Mama, Grandma, no written all over it.
True. That's actually true. If you do that, then, you know,
Hey,
good luck to you.
good luck. All right.
The next one. Go for it.
Where are we at? Howard Schultz, former CEO of Starbucks, considering serious bid for presidential run.
Boo.
Dems fearing this will only increase Trump's potential for winning.
And there's not one person who's not saying boo. I don't think anyone, either they're like, you're a fucking idiot, or they're like, don't run, you dummy. Don't run. Like every major news source is like, stop, like don't run.
Why? I
Because
mean,
you're just making it into you're making it into
Popularity.
You're cheapening like what it is to run for president. Like for people who
come on,
actually,
dude. Who the fuck is the president right now? Like we're speaking
that's why.
about cheapening.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
we're getting there now. Now it's acceptable.
It's all in the air. Fuck it. Run it live. We'll run it live.
you don't want this to become a popularity contest.
It's always been a popularity contest.
But not including entertainment and
Not a
media
media
and shit.
circus popularity.
Exactly. So Howard Schultz is the former CEO of Starbucks. The dude used to, I think he ran it from 1970 something. He was the CEO for like,
Wow, I didn't know it reached back that far.
yeah. He all the way from Seattle birth all the way up until like I think 2007 or 8, and then he was just like a chairman of it. And now he was like, I think he threw it out there in like a kind of an open thing, like, what if I run for president? And they're like, people are like, you basically are ensuring that Trump gets reelected. If you're going to be the fucking representative to try and jump out some fucking nobody billionaire, some know nothing billionaire coming out and trying to run politics, you know, when you have no experience, which we're looking at right now is someone who has zero experience in politics trying to run a country. And you've seen the fucking shit that's been going on. It's wow.
Well, I think that's probably just fodder for everyone who ever thought about, the idea of becoming the president.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be more people who are media presences jumping out
Yeah.
and running for
Well, here's a coincidence.
for positions in
fucking
politics.
influencers.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be too long until like Black China is in the Senate.
No,
We're fucked.
people might tune into C-SPAN if that were the case. Here's kind of a coincidence that I think Trump's approval ratings are the lowest since Ronald Reagan was in office, which is at 37%. And
Was that only in the black community? Though?
No. Just a general
people hate
national,
Ronald Reagan.
as they should, a national percentage of approval was at 37%, so super low. And Ronald Reagan was an actor, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he was in. So it goes to show you, like people in the media probably shouldn't be jumping into something that they know nothing about that has such gravity to the position, you know? And I know they always say, oh, it's the puppet. Dude, Donald Trump is like, he seems to be steering this fucking ship. I don't know who's puppeting him. He doesn't
Seems
have
like it.
a...
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think the powers that be.
He doesn't have a Dick Cheney to fucking reel him in.
I mean,
you know?
I don't think the powers that be would have hypothesized a government shutdown. You know what? Let's shut down the government.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah. It's scary times, man.
Just gotta make it through, man. That's.
But I don't. Given what we're speaking about in terms of like the way Donald Trump has gone about doing what he's been doing,
Yeah.
and the rowdiness with how he's approached doing what he's been doing, on a political level, how can we call him dumb? Because he seems to be doing whatever the fuck he wants to. He's living the dream. He's doing whatever he wants to. And everybody keeps calling him dumb. Is he dumb or is
he's just doing whatever he wants?
He's just extremely rich. That's the thing. You don't have to be smart. You just, as long as you're rich, you can move the pieces on the puzzle,
Even that. I'm not rich.
I mean, you can move the pieces on the board, sorry.
So obviously I can't call myself more intelligent than the leader of the fucking
I don't think the two are mutually exclusive to be like.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Here's the thing, because when we speak about intellect, we always speak about intellect from a perspective of what we individually, what type of, what would a value we place on intellect. So we might say, well, politically, he's extremely intellectual, of high intellectual property. We might say, oh, he knows a bunch about American history. He's smart. But there's a bunch of other
he's not smart
levels of intellect that you can utilize to benefit you in this life, and you can still be perceived as smart. I think he's extremely smart. Not smart in the way that we might value.
No.
But
I don't know about smart. I don't know about smart. I don't know. Steve, what do you want to say? It takes me a while to gather my rebuttal.
How do you become the fucking president and not be smart?
Look, he has
crafty. Can we say he's crafty? At least?
Okay, yeah. That's getting closer to
Can we
the
give
definition.
him something?
No, we don't have to give him. What's with you? And you always have to give evil people their comeuppance. They don't deserve shit.
That's really fucking.
Kanye
Why would you
doesn't
say that?
Because you said the same thing about Kanye. You said the same thing about Kanye. I get it.
People. That's two people in American history, fucker.
I don't know if you're.
Why are you demonizing me like this?
Because certain people.
Kanye is a genius. He's a musical genius.
He's a musical genius. That being said, if you were to run for president, people would.
I'd vote for him.
Of course you would. You'd really want to sink this ship completely.
Why wouldn't you vote for him? Who the fuck would you vote for?
Anyone who has political experience.
Some shitty ass politician. He's not going to do anything different than all the other shitty ass politicians.
That's what they're hoping. See, they've already brainwashed you. There are good people coming up in politics.
I'm not brainwashed.
You're brainwashed.
I'm enlightened.
That's a sad enlightenment, because a lot of people do think that that's true. They're just like, there's nothing good at all.
There is nothing good about politics. It's fucking horseshit, all of it.
Okay, the way politics functions, for sure. And I think it's hard for good people to get into politics, and also the motives for people to get into politics.
Its only necessity is because we can't govern ourselves. We don't have the fucking balls to govern ourselves.
I think it's illegal to do that now. You can't just have your own community and be like, nope, we're not paying your taxes. We're just going to grow our crops. I mean, that's what the early settlers were, what homesteading was about. Mm-hmm. They eliminated that, and it's just
because they want their tax money.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think for the most part, people are like, let's wind this crazy doll up and let's let them loose and see what happens. But I mean, here's the thing. I think that the faces of America, I mean, a lot of it's probably bullshit, but I think the real brains are in Congress, and the ones that are pulling people back in, hey there, Skippy, roll it back just a little bit, you're going a little too wild, and you got people with sound mind and reasonable voices that have no dream of being a president but only have a dream of serving the people. So when you watch C-SPAN or something like that, there are some intellects in there, and they bring up really good conversations, and they make the people squirm in their pants, and they're like, oh shit, those are the people that we need there. We need that. And then we got some crazy guy who was the face of America, and everyone's like, what the fuck is happening?
Let me ask you a question. Who was the last revolutionary president? I'm talking about somebody who everybody on the ground level in terms of the people could get behind, and that person was primarily
I think you already know there was none.
Primarily making decisions that involve the the embetterment of the people under their rule.
Well, the first part of your question was is referring to someone that everyone got behind. That's never happened. There was never a time where the majority
of American citizens.
JFK, and then they murked him. Or someone did.
Would you call him a revolutionary president?
I don't know if there is.
As close as you could possibly get.
I think he had some ideas that
What if we
were
said
ahead of his
We're
time.
counterculture. We're definitely counterculture.
Oh, so if we said, in which we've already discussed this, we could say Abraham Lincoln, but then we're saying that he wasn't.
Get the fuck out of here.
But he wasn't because he only did it because of pressure, right?
I don't think we've had a revolutionary president because you can't get into the point.
You can't get a revolutionary decision.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a revolutionary.
Right.
president.
You can't.
Right.
You're not going to be even elected as president if you're revolutionary, so to speak.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
Because when that's why when they go
why I say
when
it's
they go through
bullshit.
states. Well, here's the thing, because people, when you're going, you say you're trying to win a state that you know is anti-abortion, and they know that you're pro-life.
Yeah.
They're not even going to bring that up. You know, like, you're not going to bring it up. And when people say that, you know, they're going to like tiptoe around it and not say, because they want their constituency to grow. They don't want it to shrink. They don't want to marginalize people. They were trying to bring everyone in. So it's like, yeah, you might be twisting it a little bit here and there, but you're never going to, I don't think you're going to ever have a president where everyone's like, this dude is the right person, because people are just too different right now.
I just feel like if we're speaking about Trump and how thug he is, and if Trump can say, I don't care whether the American people, I don't care whether the American people agree or disagree with what I have on the docket, it's going to go forward regardless.
Yeah.
Why is there not a president who can, rather than use that power for evil, use that shit for good? Well,
here's why, because you said it was flawed already.
If this
It is.
benefits the people,
Yeah.
Nah. This is going forward regardless. Fuck you.
The U.S. government is so entwined with its hands in everyone's fucking pocket, and everyone's paying everyone, that we can't function without that corruption in the background. Because it's like, the president comes in,
part of the
and then all of a
foundation,
sudden,
I guess, yeah.
it's like the cancer is consumed the body that is our government.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, if you have to cater to the lobbyists who are giving you all this money from the oil companies, from the electric companies, from whatever, all these influences come in, and if you're immune to that, because they're so powerful, like they can just sap that power from you, or make sure that you don't get noticed, or, you know, I don't know.
So I just don't
just
understand.
bury you.
If it's a flawed system, and we're saying, and you're corroborating the fact that it's a flawed system, you know, you've likened it to a cancer. Why are we so intrigued and so willing to like validate this system, or utilize it, or even participate in it, if it's a cancer that's been overrun long ago and it hasn't been rid of that cancer in how long?
It's all we got.
That's all we have. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, you know.
Well, it's not all we have. It's what we fall back on.
Well,
But people can take more ownership of the things that they either like or dislike about their government, and make sure those things change for the long run. We decide not to. We decide to.
Yeah, it's like you vote for the two primary people running against each other, when it's like there might be a third party candidate that fits
That's
exactly
one
what
thing,
But then they're like, you know, then they say, oh, well, you're throwing your vote away, but you're really not. You're not throwing your vote away, because every time they see that percentage grow, yeah, that's momentum built for them, you know? So it's like, it's kind of fucked, because it's like there might be a great person like Ron Paul, right? Or what was his name?
Yeah,
Rand Paul.
Ron Paul.
Rand Paul, isn't it?
No,
Ron Paul.
Ron Paul.
And he had some really great stuff that he was saying. I mean, it wasn't perfect. Bernie Sanders, for instance,
Bernie
he has
Sanders
his great. He has his
huge.
Yeah, and, you know, Killer Mike was talking about a lot of. He had that dude's back, and he had a lot of like social reform that he wanted to do. And when you come in with that like good-heartedness, you end up getting like, you end up somehow, some way, not getting to that upper echelon where you can actually be
It's
elected.
like anything that borders on socialism.
There's a ceiling for
to
those people.
on any level.
Yeah.
Seems to get chopped down at the knees.
Those people are stupid.
Right
It's
away.
like those people are trying to help the people, and when you start building from the bottom, everyone it actually will trickle up. Like, as weird as that sounds, like,
And I
everyone
think-
will benefit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think for me, that's the disenchantment with politics in general. When I see someone like, you know, who you just spoke about, Bernie Sanders, when you see someone like him say everything that should have been said,
Yeah.
when he's putting everything on the table that the American citizens, for the most part, have said that they want, you know, in a leader of our nation, and he still doesn't make it at all. You
I don't know, man.
He doesn't even make it into the finals.
I know.
You know, you go.
I think that's part of big government's hope, is that you get to the point where you're like, hopeless, you know, where you're like, nah, it won't factor in whether you vote or not. And sometimes you do feel like that.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard for me to participate in any type of election processes.
In the next election, black woman.
Yeah. From San Francisco, right?
From California, Kamala Harris is going, man. And she's, from what I've seen and what I've read.
I'm not treating her no different.
You should treat her different. You treat every other black different. You got to go for them because
I'm not
he goes for them because they're black. So you have to. You have to. There's no way candidate.
I didn't vote for Obama because he's black. I voted for Obama because he's sexy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll accept it.
He's a beautiful man. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck, did you guys want to move on?
Yeah.
All right, that was great. World news. Thank you. Israeli scientists claim to be on the brink of curing cancer.
I don't believe it.
Now the next thing that's going to happen is like their laboratory is going to get mysteriously burned down and shit. You know,
cancer's already
and it's going to
been
be
cured.
the pharmaceutical companies, correct?
Well, it's crazy. Yeah, so it will be the pharmaceutical. Yeah, no, but they say it's a small team in Israel. Their claim is we believe that we will offer in a year's time a complete cure for cancer in a year. In 12 months.
What? A complete
cure. So check this out.
That's crazy.
Now, that's a bold statement. But see, the thing is that it's got to happen at some point.
It is going to happen at some point.
It has to happen at some point,
We
right?
poured, what? How much money do you think has gone into cancer research?
So much.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, so basically...
But I mean, once this happens, is it feasible for the average fucking human being to afford this cure?
Yeah, that's always the thing.
Because if not,
Who knows?
then what? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Black market will spring up.
I'll go to Canada for it.
Don't know fucking
Mexico.
black market secondhand cancer.
Hey, better than nothing.
That's true.
Better than
fuck that
nothing.
shit.
This is a minty. This is just real minty. Those are the Tic Tacs. So
Did you get fucking strep throat as one of the side effects and shit?
So it says apparently it has not been published in the scientific literature where it would be subject to review, support, or criticism from knowledgeable peers. So the only test results that they have are in mice. Okay. So that's where they're at right now. But I mean, they came out. Okay, so one of two things. Yeah. So one of two things have happened. Either one, there's a race to get this out and be like, we're the first ones to come up with the cure, and they just put it out there prematurely. Or two, they're like, they've done human studies, which also aren't legal.
They just aren't documenting.
They aren't documenting.
Yeah.
And so,
which I think goes down in underground
Oh,
stuff.
it definitely has.
I mean, did you guys listen to the podcast with Joe Rogan on about the guy who's talking about molecules?
No.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
the newest one, right?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So they're talking about how at some point in time, age would be classified as a disease. You know,
it's funny that you say that. I recently watched a movie. I can't remember what it was about, but where there was a scientist who was speaking about the aging process.
Yeah.
And that the aging process it's not something that is inherent to like life and death.
Right.
It's a deficiency in our genetics.
Right.
So it's just a bad genetic. It'd be the equivalent of writing code for a computer and fucking up in a certain spot.
Right.
And
So the way this guy explains it, he says that it's like a CD. Over time, you get a little scratch here, a little scratch there, and over time, the whole thing's scratched and it's unreadable. So instead of focusing on the I have to go back and listen to it, but basically focusing on the DNA, we should be focusing on the thing that reads the DNA, right? So like over time, if there's so much damage happening and the thing's not able to read the DNA, it's like a bad cloning of itself or something like that. So it comes back a little less. And then over time, you're effed. So, but he's been doing experimental things. Pretty interesting. It's a good listen, man. So, but yeah, anyway, so if they come up with a cure for cancer, it'd be crazy.
Time where, you'll stay 25 forever.
Yeah, no, you're right though. The first thing I think of is not the agelessness thing, but like when will it be available to the people who really need it?
Yeah.
I mean, but then
not just even the poor, but just like normal people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're like he doesn't see it being a strange thing at some point in time where people who are 50 years old still look 25, or the first person to live to 150 years, and that's not weird, You know
what's funny? I wonder if scientists have looked into, when you come across people who look much younger than their years, I wonder if scientists have ever tried to find out what's happening within their genetic makeup or whatever.
Trey trying to put me on a slab, Trey?
No.
That was planned.
That's
beautiful and young.
That's allowing them to like stay youthful, and whether that'll be, it'll at least lead them in the right direction of eradicating.
I need to find a vampire cult right now because I'm trying to stay this age for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna look any better. I'm not gonna look any fucking older, younger.
It's a good age
right now.
Yeah, it's a good age, man.
Really
yeah.
good age.
You know, basically, he talks about intermittent fasting and eating a lot of leafy greens. And see, it's funny because he's like, oh, I stay away from meat and I try to limit my carbs. So like, what is he eating? It's carbs and protein. Right, it's like the building blocks for a lot of foods. If you're a vegetarian, you're taking in a grip of carbs because
you have to.
So how are you limiting? What are you eating then, man?
Yes and no, because I still limit my carbs, and you can get around. You can limit them, but you are taking in primarily carbs.
You have
that's
to.
all you because
Your brain needs the glucose from those carbs to even run properly.
Well, not unless you're doing keto, because then you can train your body to run in the same way it would run off ketones in fat.
Yeah.
Well, no, you switch it over to your body's burning fat,
right?
Instead of
keep it
sugars,
satiated
right?
than sugars. Yeah.
Right. But in
that situation, you have to convert over to proteins, to all proteins and fats.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows? But anyways, a cure for cancer. It's one of those things where you hear it so much, like possibly this and that, where it's like, oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, eventually too, I think it's going to be like it's going to be involved in that gene editing kind of process where they're just going to be able to take it out of your DNA.
Yeah.
Well, he was talking about there's a scientist in China who actually helped produce 2 twin little girls who are immune to HIV. And and the guy, the scientist, the scientist.
Come on, just fuck the shit out of raw dog the shit out of the
So he said, I think that's
There's only one way to test it.
he said he thinks that's stupid because the AIDS or HIV in China is very low. Why wouldn't you make them immune to like heart disease or cancer? Mm-hmm. If you're working with CRISPR and things like that, and the way CRISPR works, I guess, is through bacteria or that allow them to break down DNA and resplice it and and everything.
We're like right after the cusp of when all this stuff is going to happen.
It's true.
Yeah, it sucks. We'll be dead right before it really pops off.
Or we'll take the pill right at the finish line and then like be rejuvenated.
How dope would that be? You're on your deathbed
was
and
close.
somebody's like, oh, it just came out.
That was close.
They just throw a little fucking pill in your mouth.
You're like,
all fucking around, your fucking dick's like, what? This too?
I'm back, bitches.
I'm back. You destroy your 98-year-old wife. Oh, you kill her.
Oh, come on, dude.
You're not worthy anymore.
Oh my god, dude.
Kill her.
It's the Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, I wanted to die.
Did you give him the Hulk pill? What happened? Oh man,
We just gave him a Tic Tac. We don't know what happened.
This placebo effect is amazing.
Fantastic. Shit. All right.
Okay, all right.
On to some real sad stuff. 10 children in Tanzania kidnapped and killed just for their body parts.
Yeah.
Steve loves African news.
I mean, it just pops up for me, man. You know.
I mean,
I'm like, what's happening in Africa?
Where's Tanzania? I want to look right now. Where is it?
So basically, when I first read the title of this, I was like, that's black market organ harvesting, you know. It's easy to see that coming, right? But then I read it and I was like...
You said for body parts. I was like, internal organs or body parts?
Right. Well, when I first read it, I thought it was going to be like kidneys, hearts, you know, stuff like that. But it says Tanzanian authorities say that 10 children were kidnapped in December and were found dead and were killed for their body parts. So... when they found these,
and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
So when they found these children, the children's ears, teeth, and private parts were removed. And I was like, oh, not organ harvesting. And some
Gotta
get those private
Got a
parts.
monster.
Yeah.
You have to fucking be to do that.
Yeah, and some of their limbs were missing, according to published reports that cited the authorities.
So this is the place. This is where this shit is happening. The first thing I typed in when Tanzania came up was bad omen. Owl spotted in Tanzania Parliament.
Exactly. So yeah,
That's kind of fucking morons that chop people up like that.
yeah. So you're leading.
Bad omen. Owl.
Yeah.
No.
They all start running. So
Why do they sound like that? Come on,
man. That's only.
Give the Ndugu. Give the Ndugu.
I don't want to listen.
Oh my God, he's an.
I don't want to stereotype. Ndugu is clearly from West Africa. He's not East African.
Come on, Phil.
You know, all Africans don't sound the same.
Oh my God, he's an owl. This is such a bad omen.
Close the parliament.
Please, no. They're gonna start chopping limbs and taking private parts.
That's a scary place to be. See.
So basically, the children that were found were ranging from years 2 to 9 years old.
Oh, come on, man. Jesus Christ.
They said the most shocking part was when they found a jar of 2-year-old dicks. I'm just playing. There wasn't a jar of 2-year-old.
That didn't. You know what?
I tried to stop. I was like, no. Let's see if this is real.
It didn't put it past me. I wouldn't put it back, dude. If they're already dismembering them, why wouldn't they be collecting little kid dicks in a fucking jar?
It's true. So basically,
these are the people who think like eating their fucking captors will like help them in battle.
Well, see,
come on.
So this is authorities.
Don't store 2-year-old dicks.
Yeah. They don't have a good shelf life.
One, they don't store well, and two,
They're perishable items.
Well, it says authorities said suspect witchcraft motivated the horrors that were inflicted upon these children. Some witch doctors, some witch doctors in the area where the children were killed. Wait, what? Some witch doctors in the area were. What? This is a fucking typo, man. But anyways, those witch doctors
just make something up.
Yeah. So they where the children were killed, there's a concentrated amount of witch doctors in the area. So that's what they believe is happening. And they've actually
this is not funny, but there's elements that are funny.
Right? They took
this is not funny at all.
Yeah, there's a relative that
but we try to find the funny and
yikes. That's a hard one to find funny and
it's fucking horrifying, man. So anyways, Tanzania, maybe don't take your next vacation there.
Nope, crossing that off the list.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tanzania, not coming to visit.
Craziness.
Going to my first choice,
also,
Somalia.
Hold your head, Tanzi.
Albinos are going extinct in Africa because they're considered to be
magical.
Yeah. They're killing their asses and then
magical.
That's how fucking backwards and primitive some of those places are. Not all of that, but some of those places are still believe that shit.
His skin is so much different than ours. Let's kill him.
Let's kill him.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Because the thing is that they were collecting these body parts. The witch doctors were telling them, if you get these body parts, it'll bring you good prophecy and money. And
let's channel our colonial forefathers and kill all the black people.
Fuck, man.
That's so sad.
Okay, well,
anyways.
All right,
Colombian drug gang puts $70K bounty on German Shepherd old. Okay.
Yeah, so this is actually old, but it was funny. A Colombian drug gang have put $70,000 bounty on a sniffer dog's head. So
I just pictured the bounty size is just a picture of a German Shepherd's face, just with his tongue out. It just has like $10,000 reward, dead or alive or anything.
Wanted.
Just a pile of German Shepherds.
Just a wanted sign. Is this the one? Nah, man.
So the German Shepherd's name it's a 6-year-old German Shepherd named Sombra. And I guess she is so good at sniffing out cocaine, large amounts of cocaine, that there are a series of drug organizations that have put I guess it started off as a $70,000 bounty, and it's climbed upwards to at the point of this editorial piece was $2.1 million for this dog.
I'm just picturing the witness protection program that dog has to be in. They fucking they put a little schnauzer fucking mustache on him,
sunglasses,
change him up a little bit, fucking perm his hair and like bleach it and shit.
Make him look like a poodle,
like poodle doodle.
Fucking
this
and the dog's all sad because like he had a family, but he's got to leave them behind.
This dog is responsible for over $5 million worth of drug paraphernalia that was trying to be transported.
That's
for
dope.
Busting over $5 million.
That's hilarious, having a vendetta against a dog. That's how petty those people are.
Well, shit, you gotta get rid of the source of
You know what's good about that is that since most German Shepherds look exactly the same, if that German Shepherd dies, you could just be like, this is that German Shepherd. You know what I mean? You just keep replacing them. Like when your dog dies and your kid's sad and you find another one that looks just like it, you're like, hey, this is Sparky.
How many fucking drug dogs do they have there? They're all on their hit list now. They're just fucking shooting all these fucking
Kill
dogs.
these fucking dogs.
All right, so now it's awkward because there's people playing pool just like I thought there wasn't going to be. Oh. No, censor it. All right, let's move on.
Hit some
Fuck
balls.
it. Do you guys want to just keep going, or you guys want to pause it?
No, let's do so what are we in jiu-jitsu stuff?
It might be open.
So Conor McGregor and Khabib get 6 months suspension for a UFC 229 brawl.
Even if it were open, are you we're gonna go over there and move everything?
Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck it. Okay. Conor McGregor and Khabib, they finally got their sentences. McGregor got like a $10,000 fine, and Khabib got like a $500,000
$500,000
He had
fine.
a crazy ass fine, and
But so you get fucking Spider-Man jumping and in the crowd.
he looked dope as fuck jumping out. Like,
Oh, it was amazing.
it looked amazing.
Who caught him jumping out? Esther Lynn, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, probably she's everywhere. Anyways, the funny thing is that like you want it to be like, oh, he like manned up and jumped out all crazy, but if you look at the video, Dylan Danius, even though he's a little bit, he started fighting immediately.
If you jump into a dude and he can see you
see you
leaping through the
coming.
air,
Yeah.
just swing
You're telegraphing
on his
a whole
ass.
lot.
Just swing on that dude.
Yeah, or just move out the fucking way.
Or throw them in the ring together. See what happens.
Dylan Danius would get fucking murdered by Khabib. It's just wrestle fuck. If you guys hear, you want me to stop it?
Yeah.
You don't want people don't want to know that we're in a billiards hall. We're in a billiards hall. That's like Wednesday night. Who would have thought? You want me to pause it?
Yeah.
All right. We're back recording. Hey, we're back.
Hey, everybody! We
you
just
like
had
that?
we had to relocate. Little cross promotion on
That was actually
podcast.
not bad. Yeah.
That's cool. We just our studio became available.
Yeah. So we had to walk in.
So we walk in there.
It's gonna be a different sound because now we have all of this reverb.
But it was
That
cool
champion
because
sound.
I felt like we were on like Oprah out there.
Yeah, like we were all talking on a couch like
the
friends,
couch.
like on The View.
Yeah,
And we're still holding our mics like Bobby Brown.
I kind of like holding the mic.
You know
I'm
what?
not going to lie.
I'm gonna hold this one. I'm gonna hold this one.
Yeah.
So it's good.
You're gonna hold both mics.
Both of them. Last thing we were talking about was Conor McGregor.
How you feel about it? How you feel about it?
You know what? If you throw a dolly at a bus full of people and people get injured, I think you should go to jail.
What was he
But
fined for that? Was he fined anywhere close to what Khabib was
I
fined?
think it was.
right?
I think it was 100,000
For that.
So
And Khabib had to give up 500,000.
yeah, Khabib also recently said he's not fighting in Vegas anymore
Oh.
because
who
of
cares?
because they're yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the next news. Oh yeah. Well, I'll save that. I'll save that for later. So, anyways, of course, the white guy gets off free. There we go.
They're both white.
No, Khabib's not white.
Oh, that's right.
Pakistani. No, I mean Dagestani.
Whoopsie. Oh, those. Yeah. So, anyways,
right.
good for them.
Okay.
Oh, where the fuck is my paper?
Here, it's right here.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Now we're gonna step into jiu-jitsu orgasm.
This one's dumb. Only because I don't know anything about it. There's going to be an IBJJF Grand Prix, so a jiu-jitsu Grand Prix amongst the greats. This would be like if Michael Jordan went up against Kobe and in a 4-on-4 tournament with Magic Johnson and I don't know.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I don't know enough.
Larry Bird,
Larry Bird,
actually.
yeah.
Okay, I don't know enough fucking basketball greats. Anyways, these are all the greats in jiu-jitsu are all going to come and compete in IBJJF. And Steve,
Against
you
each
talked
other.
about, Steve, you're talking about you couldn't do an IBJJF because you can't. If Gordon Ryan can compete in IBJJF
He
and not
can.
reap
That's true.
and win everything double, he won double gold at the last IBJJF. So can you. You have
Thank
to fight
you.
the urge.
Double golds? Yeah, thanks, man. I could try that.
You should.
Gordon Ryan or Gary Tonin?
I like Gary Tonin as a person more, so I have to say Gary Tonin. But Gordon Ryan is, they say he's the best, and I haven't seen anything to disprove that.
It's crazy. I have no idea. I have no idea on that one. I'm not knowledgeable enough on their
Don't
game.
they? Isn't one a student of the other or something?
They're all students of John Donaher.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess...
They're all part of the Death Squad.
Yeah. Gary Tonin, I think, was Gordon Ryan's...
Students, wasn't he?
Yeah, at some point. No, Gordon Ryan was Gary Tonin's student.
Oh, okay.
I
You sure?
believe. I don't know.
I thought they were all.
I think Gary Tonin was Gordon Ryan.
No.
I don't think either of them were any of their students. They're all students of John Donaher.
I know what I'm talking about.
I think you're right. I think,
There you have it. That'd be dope if that ended everything. I wish I had that fucking just absolute power. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm arguing with my wife, I know what I'm talking about.
There you
She's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
yeah. Made me a sandwich.
It just stopped, yeah. So anyways, those guys are coming together. Marcus Buchecha Almeida is like this fucking monster. Imagine if Xerxes knew black belt level jiu-jitsu. That's how dope Buchecha is. He's just a gigantic human being.
Hold on.
And he can also
let me imagine it.
Tangle you up.
Jesus Christ.
He's all glossy.
Hold on, okay.
And less gay than
cool.
Xerxes.
It's really cool.
Remember Xerxes had that
like
like quasi weird thing going on where he was like, "Oh, I love you." He was like touching.
Yeah, he's feminine.
It was one time. Anyways, I could find your heart's desire. Anyways, they're gonna come together and battle it out in a heavyweight Grand Prix.
That's gonna be really cool.
Unprecedented.
That'll be dope.
Yeah,
Can Josh Barnett show up and get subbed again?
He's not. Listen, Josh Barnett's dope. Yeah, Josh Barnett's dope.
Sorry,
but
Josh.
He's not fucking Gordon Ryan. I mean, Gordon Ryan.
At least you look better than all these dudes.
Yeah, and Josh Barnett is a really nice dude too. He's really good. I took that seminar and he was a good dude.
But didn't you say he was a little rough?
He's a catch wrestler, dude. All those guys are rough.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like that's just the nature of the role.
Yeah.
You could tell when there's.
You can't be called the War Master and not be a little bit rough.
You could tell there's people. I can't say universally, but there's some people that I've rolled with where they're pure gi jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah,
and they do like no gi, and it's way less brutal. It's way less brutal. Where like if I go against someone who's a catch wrestler, the crossface is coming like every 5 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then they're like tug on you hard. It's crazy.
No, doing no gi or anything related to just like Greco style wrestling is so much more physical and it's a rough thing, man. I mean,
and I heard Greco's the worst.
Yeah, it's really it's violent. It's the violent. They call it it's like the violent art, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something out there on the fly. This has nothing to do with what we're speaking about.
All right.
Nothing.
Here we go.
Nothing at all.
Here we go. What is it?
If there's any music lyric you've ever heard in your whole life that describes you to a T, can you think of it off the top of your head?
Music lyric?
Music lyric. No. I knew Steve was going to say no.
I'm Big Papa, freaks all the honeys, dummies, Playboy bunnies, those wanting monies.
Okay, that's perfect. That's what you're going with?
I say that at my eulogy. I'll be happy.
All right.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
And?
I'm not going to say it.
Wow.
Ready to bring it up, and
that's whack.
I mean, I'm sure if I had a little bit of time to process it, I could think of something. But
I'm saying,
go ahead.
You kind of fast for that nigga in class who used to draw and never said much because half of what he saw was so far from that place he wanted to be that words only fucked it up more.
Who's that, Kendrick?
No, that's Andre.
Ah, okay, nice. That's there's too many, man. That's like there's too many great lyrics out there that I think could definitely fit a facet of who I am, and none of them are Chris Wallace.
When I think of you, I always think of big booty hoes. Jump with it. Is that weird?
No,
I could tell you. One thing I always look forward to in a song with Tupac is I'm not a killer, but don't push me.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one.
Okay, so that amplifies Steve. Steve's serial killer just waiting to blossom.
What the hell are we talking? Okay, next thing up, any jiu-jitsu news, because I had just a couple things to go over.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, Trey.
I'm sorry.
One day you'll be excited.
I don't practice.
You'll be excited one day.
One day, yeah, it's true. One day you will be excited.
Yeah, and I'll be all in.
You'll be all in. Mm-hmm. Hey, I compressed my neck yesterday.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And this is the first time this ever happened where like I shot in and I just ran into just a body.
Yeah.
And my head was like fucking like Popeye squeezing a spinach can.
Oh.
And I heard a little mini crunch and then like tips of my fingers on my left hand went numb.
Okay.
And I was like, I felt like tired for a moment.
Well,
and that was just yesterday.
For me, let me tell you what goes on with me right now.
That was my newest thing.
My on my left foot, my toe next to my big toe always has a little bit of tingling on it. Always. And then I get a little bit of tingling in my back, which I've had for a long time.
Yeah.
Due to just playing sports. It's gone up a little bit because of jiu-jitsu, but I've been doing a lot of like hanging.
Yeah.
And I need to get a table.
Are you saying you were in Chicago
Like
over the
Jesse
weekend?
Smollett?
And it makes me feel better.
God damn it, you got to it before.
Man, it makes me feel a whole lot better. Yeah, and so, yeah. I mean, it all happened.
Is this what I have to look forward to?
Yes, it is. It is. It is. It is. You know what though? Jiu-jitsu gives you a lot, but it takes a lot from you also physically. I mean, if you're really all chips in, going balls to the wall training, you're gonna get hurt. It's just how it is.
Did you see maybe it was Vice, the Kron, the little mini documentary?
Yeah, that thing is old. I'm surprised they re-upped that.
I just came across it yesterday. I'd never seen it before.
Kron Gracie really is the son of Hickson Gracie.
It's really cool.
Who's the son of who? Carlson?
I don't know.
Helio?
He was just living in a fucking single bedroom apartment in Century City. I was thinking, don't you have way more money than this? What are you doing, dog?
Yeah.
We got 5 minutes.
Oh shit, let's move it along.
Don't give a fuck.
Anyways, fuck jiu-jitsu.
Out of all this, what do you guys want? You want to hear about the student that dies 10 hours after eating pasta?
Yeah, let's do that first. Let's run through that one.
Run through that one.
All right. So, an unnamed in the case reports, a 20-year-old student used to prepare his meals for the week on a Sunday in an attempt to save time and money. He would boil pasta, then put it into Tupperware containers to be eaten during the week after adding sauce.
Okay, so he food prepped basically.
He food prepped. So, but one night he left the pasta out for 8 hours on the counter, I guess.
That's how bacteria accumulates. People.
He heated it up. He ate it.
Did he get salmonella?
And he was claiming that it tasted funny, but he attributed it to the new sauce that he had bought, so he didn't think anything of it. Yeah.
This sauce tastes like vagina.
Once you've had one can of ragu, what's the next can of ragu? He's like, yeah.
So within 30 minutes of eating pasta, he was experiencing intense abdominal pain, nausea, and a headache. After returning home, he immediately had an intense episode of watery diarrhea and vomited profusely.
So he died from the complications of like diarrhea, huh?
The problem is he didn't seek medical attention. Instead, chose to stay in the house, drink water, and try to sleep it off. Okay. The next morning, his parents worried about him because he didn't get out of bed for college. I like how they put it like that.
Yeah.
He didn't get out of bed for college. When they went to check on him at 11 a.m., he was already dead.
Damn, homie.
That's a spicy mitza ball.
Yeah, that's but he said that they examined the body and revealed that he died around 4 a.m., roughly 10 hours after eating the spaghetti. They did do an autopsy, and they took the food that was in his stomach out, and they found out what it was. It's Bacillus cirrhosis or Sirius. Something like that. Anyways,
it was serious.
It was serious.
Serious.
But it is a bacteria responsible for what they call fried rice syndrome. So it's
fried rice syndrome. What the fuck? That's really
fucked up.
Changes eyes. These things happen.
You gotta be lying about that fried rice syndrome.
No.
This motherfucker said changes eyes. Really? This is so racist.
No, that's on this list here. No, but it is called fried rice.
I got the syndrome. It changes eyes.
Fried rice syndrome.
Racism right here in our own studio.
I didn't say what
when
it did
she's
to
on
his
a rag,
eyeballs.
man.
His
Never let her fry the ragu.
That's true.
His eyes got bloodshot. Guys.
Listen,
I don't know where you guys are going with that.
People think it's a joke leaving food out. You ask my fucking wife. I'm a freak about it. I hate when shit stays out at all. I went out and bought one of those bags, like the cooler bags for transit from cold at the fucking supermarket to getting home.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that shit's just sitting there in like your car. It's getting hot, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever. You take it on the train, people have to take it on the train. You got to get your refrigeration up.
What was scary about this is that I remember eating...
We've come too far to die from this shit.
I ate
a glass of lukewarm milk.
Yeah. Ooh, delicious on a hot day. I ate at a Mexican food place.
Wow. Now the Mexicans.
Here we go. Mexicans. First the Asians, now the Mexicans.
And we went to go play basketball right after. And I'm same thing. 30 minutes later, I was on the ground, like in pain. And I was like, you got to take me home. Took me home. And
was that me?
No. No, but
you playing ball before that?
Man, I couldn't walk for like a week. I probably should have went to the doctor.
I've definitely seen Steve with the bubble guts.
Oh man, both
I
you
bring that
guys.
shit up all the time.
I was trying to help this guy out with the senior
Why not do
project.
it now? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, man, I had to run for the bathroom like 3 times.
We had to do a little pit. We did a little like break, and we were like, yeah, let's go get some. Was it taco? No, it was McDonald's, right? It was one or two.
McDonald's almost killed me with the chicken nuggets.
I think it was McDonald's. We were like, oh, let's go get some McDonald's. We came back. I was like, you good, man? And he was like,
like, I was making noises, bro. Dude, I went to the liberal arts floor where no one ever is.
Yeah, you got to go to the abandoned fucking floors.
I fucking painted the walls in that place. Dude,
that
it
shit.
was done.
He came back up. He's like, oh, no, I'm good.
Well, you can die. Hey, that's you could have been that kid. You could have been that student.
I'm so grateful I wasn't.
I would have just thought he abandoned me and decided fuck Trey's final project.
Find my corpse on a fucking toilet like 8 days later.
Just shriveled up, all the fucking maybe last ounce of poop drained from you.
My socks are even baggy on me because I'm all shriveled.
Yeah.
Jen Egger found Steve in the stall. Fourth floor of liberal arts.
Oh, man,
he died as he lived.
All right. Anybody want to run through anything else?
We got the RZA, Ghostface Killer.
What about Leaving Neverland, P?
Oh yeah, so this one's kind of cool. HBO's Leaving Neverland. It's going to be an original series from this director Dan something. I forget his name. He was receiving death threats. Not important.
Dan
death threats.
Pedophile.
Dan W. Pedophile. Director receiving death threats and criticisms from the Jackson family because it's basically reopening all the old issues of
it's
child
playing at Sundance right now, right? I think it's playing at Sundance currently.
Molestation.
What was the issue with the used condom on the Ferris wheel?
Wait, what?
All right. So there's a picture of Michael Jackson and one of the boys that he supposedly molested. The one thing that was weird is that it's like it says that this little 10-year-old kid, Jimmy Safechuck, is on a tour plane. He took these kids on tour.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
Wow.
That little boy looked like he was asking for it. Look at that bomber jacket.
Why? Because he's white, Trey?
Look at that bomber jacket.
It looked like he was asking to be molested.
Yes, look at the bomber jacket.
He's trying to look all... You know what's fucked up is that...
Who wears a bomber jacket if they don't want to get molested?
Okay, so Dan Reed, the director...
This is bad, I'm
sorry. It says it still contains the allegations that, that he molested the young boys and, basically the family's like, hey, man, fuck you. That was all a ruse to get money. Yeah. And basically he's getting death threats now, like people tweeting after him, and the family's saying, hey, Michael's not here to defend himself,
we should wait.
We should wait for him to come back. And
I don't know if this is the same thing, but there's something that's currently playing at the Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah.
And they say that it's so in-depth and raw that they have grief counselors that are being hired to speak to the people coming out of the movie, because they're saying...
Which film? This one?
I don't know if it's that one, but there's a documentary about all of the molestation allegations that happened that are coinciding with the Michael Jackson whole situation. But it's playing right now at the film festival, and they said it's just insane. The level of detail that was put into producing, this particular work is, they're saying, top notch. And they're basically they said that they've come to the conclusion that a lot of people are going to see him differently once they watch this particular piece.
Did you guys think about...
That's crazy.
When that shit was going on, did you guys think that he was guilty?
I didn't know, but I was leaning...
I mean, we've had like...
I was leaning against it. I was leaning against it. Surely, I mean, merely for the fact that there were holes in a lot of the stories of some of the people who were alleging he molested them, and there was money involved where they were asking for money. And
I was baffled by the simple fact that he had more kid friends than he had adult friends. I was like,
it's definitely interesting. Something weird was going on.
Here's the thing, though. This guy was pushed.
Yeah,
as a child to be a star by a very abusive father, and
so are we saying
it was a lot of mental how should you say it? He left a lot of mental fucking abuse in Michael.
But if you look at it,
and some say he stayed as a child in his mind.
Yeah, that's arrested development.
But that's a convenient argument. It's a convenient argument because he's not the only one who was pushed from a young age to become.
That's true.
But he's also the only dude to build an amusement park on his property.
He's the only dude of his caliber. I mean, you got to think Michael Jackson is probably top 5 most recognizable figures in human history.
Right.
I mean, not like, oh, in pop culture history, in human history.
Right.
Human history, yeah.
He could
human
go
history,
anywhere.
He's top 5 people.
Yep.
in
Right,
the,
right.
Yep. So it was kind of that. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe, but I don't know. I
He's a
think
big
it's
target.
I think
It's hard, man.
I think
There's no way to know.
there's a high possibility that he might have done some shit, but there's not enough evidence for me to say no. He definitely did the shit. I didn't see him pissing in a chick's mouth like
That's what I was
fucking
about to say.
R. Kelly,
R.
you know?
Kelly
What kind
situation.
of parents leaves their kids with a pop star at his house? You know, ever for anything? Like, why would you let him go on a plane by himself?
Because they're starstruck. And you want to hang out with my child? What's so special about my child?
I'm gonna be there if you want to hang out with my fucking child.
Yeah.
And then also you got to think about the fact that there were a lot of like stars, people. You had Emmanuel Lewis, the cat who played Webster. He hung out with Michael Jackson. He was like, "No, this is bullshit. He never tried to touch me or never came onto me at all."
Okay.
And then you also had people like Macaulay Culkin, who was still vehemently denies, the idea
Nailed
that. Say it for me again.
Vehemently.
Okay, denies that Michael Jackson would have ever touched little children.
I believe it.
in that
Macaulay
way.
Culkin would know. I mean, he spent a ton of time with Michael.
with
And I think they're still,
Yeah.
I mean, not still, but they were still friends up until his death, correct?
Yes.
I mean, so
It's so crazy, man. It's hard to really say. I mean, okay, so we can't say that he molested any kids, but we can say that he had a strange thought process about his relationship with kids.
yeah, that's a good way.
Definitely, definitely
say
the
that.
relationship was not.
Socially acceptable.
Exactly. There you go. Not socially acceptable.
I don't think not only socially acceptable, but I don't think it was conducive to anything, good for him.
Well,
to have
he had
that type
everything
of
he wanted.
reverence for little kids and things that are little kids like.
Well, people get, like you said, it's not socially acceptable. People immediately will jump to conclusions about it. And what if that dude really was just pure at heart and was just like, I have this profound love for all children because
Right.
of their innocence. You know?
Still,
I know it's hard. I know.
it just still seems too
It's good to be skeptical because
too perfect. It just
Right.
seems
Yeah,
too
yeah.
perfect. Oh, I'm only hanging out with these little kids because I was never able to be a little kid myself. All right. Okay.
Strange times.
Listen, I wouldn't leave I'm from the thought of Dave Chappelle. Like, would you leave your kid with?
Dude, he used to climb trees.
no.
And shit. He used to fucking climb trees with little kids. If you're 45 years old and you're climbing trees with little kids,
that aren't your own.
something's a little odd, a little off.
Yeah, a little bit different.
Did he consummate his with his wife? With his two
Who,
kids?
Presley?
Were they surrogates?
No, it was surrogates.
They were. See, like that's also weird. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't fuck your wife, or what's going
they
on?
didn't.
Yeah.
But then also,
Why couldn't you just make your own babies with her?
have you've seen that photo of him with those slutty midget women?
Yeah.
So at some point he was getting
Midgets.
live.
I think they prefer to be called little people, Trey. But okay.
Okay, well,
You way to marginalize a big portion of our audience.
two little sluts.
Say goodbye to them.
Hey, look,
Yo.
whatever floats your boat, Michael.
Yeah. Well,
There's nothing that floats his boat at this point.
Not anymore.
Casket.
Damn casket. Hey, he left us with the best music some of the world is ever fucking going to see. So
Yeah.
The best pop
hold
music
him in
probably
reverence.
ever created.
I
I mean,
hold him in
if he
reverence.
asked me to go out and have a beer with him, I would say yes. Still,
You'd have second thoughts, though, right?
I'd be like, wait, I'm not.
You'd
not
like-
10.
yeah, would you
Will you
ever
leave-
would you ever go to the bathroom and leave your
You'd leave your
drink?
you'd put a fucking napkin over your beer, huh?
He still slip one in.
You'd be like, what's the problem? What's the problem? Why would you do that? What's
I'll
the
tell you what.
problem?
I'll tell you what. I'll get suspicious when I start drinking my beer and he's just big eyeballing me. And he's not doing anything.
Every sip that you
That shit's all
every sip
fizzy
you
and shit,
swallow.
like-
I'm like, it tastes a little different. It's a little more bitter.
Yeah, you're like that oblivious spaghetti eating fuck. Yeah, it tastes a little different.
Come on, we're living off the wall. Let's do it, Steve.
Oh fuck. Let's closing statements this shit.
All right.
Unless you want to cover anything else. I got nothing left.
Netflix is creeped out.
Oh, yeah. What
With
the
all
hell
of these women.
I'm surprised we've
all
been
these
allowed
women
to
are
come this far.
starting to
what?
see Ted Bundy as a sexy.
you know what?
A sexy savage that he was.
That's all. Aside from his gruesome nature, he was a handsome man. What can you do about that?
Have you seen Ted Bundy? He's not really. Maybe he was like handsome in like
Listen,
78 or something.
Everybody is someone.
He's not really contemporary. He's not a contemporarily handsome guy. I don't get the whole idea. Oh, he was so handsome that women couldn't deny his charm. And
listen, you're not a woman, and you wouldn't know.
So don't judge him.
You couldn't.
so
y'all
basically saying y'all fuck Ted Bundy.
If I was a woman, maybe.
All right. That's cool. That's fair.
Women are attracted to serial killers for some reason.
That's
I don't know
true.
what it is.
That's also true because there's some kind of allure to.
That's cool. Me, Pete Davis, you, Ted Bundy. It's all good.
That's fine.
Steve, who's your man crush?
My man crush. What would it be?
The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
If I was stuck in a crumbled building and I knew we were gonna die, and he wanted to make sweet love to me, and I think like maybe.
I'm thinking Brad Pitt.
Nah, that's too typical.
No.
Steve wants something more exotic.
Yeah, a little more exotic. Maybe some green eyes.
Maybe Tank.
Tank Abbott.
I don't know. I'm not afraid to admit who it would
Steve,
be.
you got to give us somebody.
My man crush, and this is well documented, is Ed Norton, and I'm talking about the American History X era. Ed Norton.
Oh,
Mine's Dilla.
You man crush Dilla, and yours is the late 2000s Germany.
Oh,
Dilla.
dude, when he's in a fucking wheelchair. Wheelchair Dilla. Mine is wheelchair Dilla.
oh man, you like to be in charge. That's fucked up.
It's fucked up. You like to be in charge. He can't deny me. I'm automatically the dominant.
Hey, we're the all-inclusive podcast. If you find Ted Bundy sexy, that's on you.
Yeah, it's all good. We don't care.
We're not responsible for the repercussions of following such men, though.
We love you, my Dukes. And actually, Dilla month is coming up, so happy birthday, Dilla.
Yo,
Happy B-Day, Dilla. All right.
Well, if I think of my man, I'll shout it out next time. I just off the top of my head and have him there.
All right.
Al Bundy.
Ooh, he's a black belt.
It's true. The first thing he thought of was just he's a black belt.
Wouldn't be Al Bundy.
Alfonso Ribeiro.
I don't know. Who's that dude?
Carlton.
No, God, come on, man.
Same person.
This is a hilarious part of the podcast. I'm really like, no. Would I let him
What
touch
do I
it?
really?
Will Smith, circa 1995.
Wilmer Valderrama.
Ooh, that's a good one.
All right, let's end on something that's not weird. Do you have any closing statements? You guys got any parting thoughts for anyone out there? You want to spread some good juju on the world? Throw some chicken bones in a plate and fucking whisper things?
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now.
Wow, I remember that forever.
You're not the boss of me now. And you're not so brave.
Trey, you've
Life
been
is
practicing.
Unfair.
That's true.
That's all I got to say.
That was good. Steve, anything else?
I don't know if I could top that, but what I'll say is, don't be afraid to go out and try new shit. If you're scared of it, that's probably because that's what you're supposed to go to and make happen.
It's true.
So if you find something scary besides a serial killer or someone who's going to hurt you real bad, go do it and see what happens.
Also,
what kind of growth do you get?
Be super careful.
So if you've been chased by a grizzly, face that motherfucker.
Face that shit. Don't be a bitch.
You ain't going to outrun it, so you might as well scrap it.
It's true.
Or ball up and pretend like you're dead and let them fuck you up for a little while.
Nothing like two-piecing a bear is your last fucking effort on this earth.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Grizzly.
Nobody will revoke your man card.
That's true.
PJ, don't press it
I'm
yet.
about to press it, dude.
No, don't press it. What you got to say? What's your final parting words?
Be very careful whilst placing razors around your privates.
Word up.
Yeah.
Be gentle, y'all.
Watch tutorials.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, wait. Where can you find us at, guys?
No.
The Mystery Children Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, be
iTunes.
cool like these two young people who just started following us now.
Did they really follow us?
I don't know.
I showed them.
Yeah.
They followed
They probably
us.
gonna forget that shit.
Hey, that's 8 and 9 right there.
That's true.
Mystery Guiding? What
This
was
is
their names
dumb.
again?
No, so that'd be cool.
Mastery of Guillory?
No, it'd be cool though if they dig this, and
Find us on SoundCloud,
SoundCloud, Podbean,
Stitcher, Overcast.
iTunes,
wherever
And
the
if
fuck
we
you
got-
want to. Look
yeah.
up in the fucking sky. That's you'll find us.
If you like this, hit us up. Let us know if there's something you don't like. Hit us up.
Israeli
let us know.
Cancer Research.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Mystery Children Podcast at gmail.com.
Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for showing some love.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Love
Peace.
y'all.